Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about a much loved and widely discussed figure in the entertainment world, Yaman. An actor who has managed to win over not just Turkey but international audiences too, thanks to his talent, charisma and screen presence. But this time, we're not discussing a new show or award. We're diving into a more personal topic that stirred some debate, his relationship with alcohol. Yaman has shown himself to be a disciplined and professional actor, but like many under constant public pressure, he also faces personal challenges. Recently, there have been concerns about his habits, especially regarding alcohol consumption. This isn't a scandal, but rather a reflection on how certain behaviors can impact both a public image and a private life. In film and television, where emotional sensitivity is crucial, maintaining a healthy lifestyle is essential. Excessive alcohol use can disturb emotional balance, lead to instability, and affect the quality of performance. Body language, facial expressions, and spontaneity, key elements in acting, can all be diminished when there's no balance. Though some media outlets may have exaggerated certain incidents, it's undeniable that Yaman carries public responsibility. Fans see him as a role model, and so every personal decision has a greater impact. If he manages to take care of his emotional and physical well-being, he could deliver even more powerful performances and inspire young artists around the world. Let's not forget, he's much more than a pretty face. He's a committed and passionate artist. And now, he has the chance to become a reference not just for his acting, but for his lifestyle too. In such a competitive industry, every choice matters and can make the difference between a short career and a long-lasting legacy. In short, Yaman keeps shining, but he's at a crucial crossroads. If he focuses on his well-being, he can explore new roles, reach new goals, and leave an even deeper mark in the art world. We wish him the best and will keep following his next steps closely. Demet, without a doubt, is one of the most beloved and admired actresses in Turkey and beyond. Not just for her talent and charm, but for the natural light she brings both on and off screen. We first met her in Kush, where her role as Sanem won us over with sweetness, authenticity, and a unique way of loving. But beyond the character, it was Demet herself who truly connected with millions, not just as an actress, but as a woman. What's painful, however, is how she's been treated, judged, and misunderstood by parts of the public that can't separate fiction from reality. People demand perfection from her, something no one can achieve, and blame her for decisions that weren't only hers. Why such harshness towards someone who has always shown respect, professionalism, and deep humanity? Some say Demet changed, that she became colder, more distant. But has anyone stopped to consider all that she's gone through since filming with Yaman? She faced immense media pressure, where every move, every silence was analyzed like a political act. Even when she tried to keep her private life out of the spotlight, someone was always ready to twist her image. The saddest part, she was painted as the reason for the distance from Can, as if love were an eternal obligation. But Demet knew how to set limits. She knew how to protect herself. Because what we see on screen isn't the same as building a real healthy relationship. Through the years, she kept working, growing, and evolving. She didn't get stuck in the success of one series. She chose new stories, new challenges, and new people. And that even if some won't admit it is admirable, she's criticized for not fighting for Can, but love is a two-way street. She's criticized for not fighting for Can, but love is a two-way street. If she didn't feel prioritized, why would she hold on to something that didn't bring her peace? Why compete for a place that should have been hers unconditionally? Demet has been asked to justify her happiness, as if she owed an explanation to an audience that decided who she should be with. But the truth is, she doesn't owe anyone anything. She has every right to rebuild her life, seek different love, make mistakes, and start again. Having many admirers isn't a flaw. She's a free, confident woman in charge of her life. What I see in Demet is a strong woman who's learned not to be defined by others. She let go of what no longer served her, even if it disappointed those dreaming of a TV wedding. But life isn't a soap opera. Personally, I wish her the very best. May she find the peace, respect, and love she truly deserves with whomever she chooses. Because if this woman has proven anything, it's that she doesn't need anyone's approval to keep shining. In many comments, followers have expressed that although the relationship between Can and Demet seemed to be the perfect love story, the reality is much more complex. Some believe that Demet was deeply hurt by how Can distanced himself and didn't fight for her enough, which led her to decide to move on. In this sense, it is possible that her decision to marry Özgür was not as rushed as some think, but rather a way for her to heal and find emotional stability. Some believe that she simply needed time and space to get over her relationship with Can, which is why her connection with the musician was a necessary step for her. However, I can't help but think that many of Can's followers projected onto Demet some sort of expectation that she had to reciprocate his unconditional love, as if he were the only option for her. But Demet is a strong woman who has learned not to depend on anyone to find her own happiness. Many of her followers have described her as a sensible person who knows what she wants and what she doesn't want. In this sense, her relationship with Özgür might be seen as an opportunity for her to explore other facets of herself, to grow emotionally, and to find a stability that perhaps she couldn't find in her relationship with Can. The comments also made it clear that despite Demet taking a different path than Can, both will still be remembered as a special couple. In the minds of many, Demet and Can are an example of what could have been true love if only the circumstances had been different. However, it is also important to remember that love doesn't always follow a straight path, and the decisions we make are influenced by a multitude of factors, from our own insecurities to external pressures. In this case, Demet seems to have made a decision that, although difficult, makes her feel she is following her own path and seeking what she truly wants. In this case, Demet seems to have made a decision that, although difficult, makes her feel she is following her own path and seeking what she truly wants.